was like, what you think about McFadden? And I was like, he all right. It was like, so if you play the game, I was like, oh, no doubt. I said, if he had to play me one-on-one for a whole game, it's over with. Like, and it was like, so what do you think about Carlos Rogers? I was like, he's a good player. It was like, so if you play the game, yeah, it's over with too. Like,
you're going through the league. It don't matter. Line them up.
It don't matter who it is. Yeah. Like, not in this draft. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like, and I was just like, why you feel so confident? And I'm like, cause I had practiced against them for that week or whatever. And I'm like, if I really like get into a game with them, and it's like one-on-one, y'all saying like one-on-one, me mano a mano, like I'm picking me every time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Why wouldn't you?
So, you know, that was my thing. He was like, you just so confident in your ability. And I was like, yeah. But then when I got to Atlanta, it was like, when I got drafted, they called me, they was like, all right, we about to draft you, just hold on. And then they hung up the phone, and I was like, what?
He was like, not them too.
Like, what?
Not them too.
So they hung up the phone, and then Jim called me back. He was like, yeah, we had to get Arthur on the phone. So Arthur got on the phone. He was like, hey, man, congratulations. We about to pick you. And then I was like, all right. And they was like, hey, just be ready. We're going to come pick you up tomorrow. And I was like, all right, cool. So boom, when I hung up the phone.
Where were you?
I was in Charleston, South Carolina. I was at my mom. Okay. We had like a barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the whole family was out there.
Some wrestling going on too?
No, not that day. I told everybody, no. This was a real barbecue. You know, we had the trash cans out there with the bed and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. At the next barbecue, you gotta invite us, man.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm not wrestling though.
Nah, we can't put you.
Yeah, I'm way too fat. I get hurt. I'm way too fat. Now, I did want to ask you. Brought up that draft day. You get drafted. You accomplish your dream. 18-year-old rider that got dropped off and knew he had to make this happen for himself and for his family, accomplish his dream. But not only that, you come into Atlanta to play with Michael Vick, who was at that time looked at as the most exciting player in the league, and coming off an NFC championship game. Like, just what were all the thoughts going through your mind? Were you thinking about that as well?
Yeah, I knew I was going to a good team. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to a good team. I'm going to play with Mike. Mike ended up calling me too, saying after the same day after I got drafted, he was like, hey, yo, Rod, what's happening? And I was like, what's happening? He was like, man, hey, I'm happy we got you, man. You're going to be special. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you know, I'm talking to Mike on the phone, boom, boom, boom. I get to the facility, boom, I meet everybody, right? I see Mike, and it's like, Mike got like 2 lockers. Like, he got, he got like 2 lockers. So, you know, you walking in, you seen all the nameplates and everything. Yeah. And you see Mike, you like it's so real at that point because you in there, you in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Like you belong?
Yeah, I felt like I belong, you know what I'm saying? But you don't really know until you actually get out there on the field with these dudes and you actually like start interacting with them. So it was kind of like you get there and then we have our first mini camp and we start working out and you see they had like a board. This is how crazy it is. They had like a board with numbers by position of like weight room stuff. And you see Mike's name up there, like the top of everything, like running, sprinting, like even the wideouts. I'm like, yo, this nigga's cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking at it like, and then he come out and it's like, it's just different. That was my very first time like experience like a superstar. Like no matter where he went, what we did, like even when he would invite me places, it was like crazy.
Man, it was like when we were talking to Dukes, Carl Dukes, he was saying when he saw Michael Jordan, he said, I said, he even had the Jordans on. Did you say that when he had the big song and all that? Like,
yeah, it was crazy. It was like, man, you know, like people tell hotel stories about like people being in lobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like that. Mike, it was like that. Yeah. It was like he had to have security with him at all times. Yeah. So it was like, that was my very first time, like going through the back. Hey, Rod, come through the back door because these people tripping. And I'm walking, I'm like, man, there's 1,000 people out here. Like, what's going on? Like, how they know you even here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my very first experience of like being with a superstar, like understanding like how popular he was and stuff like that. It was crazy.
So that was the day you met Ron Mexico.
Yeah. I ain't never met Ron Mexico. I don't even know who that is.
Nah, they used to just say his name, right?
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna ask that, man. Like, what do you remember? I'm sure you do. So this is a question that I know you do. Hey, can you tell us about your first touchdown catch from Vick?
Oh, Mike threw it to me. It was a goal on a.
Who y'all was playing?
I think we was playing.
Man, set this up. We're gonna clip this up. So tell me what you can remember about that play.
Well, I remember. I think we was playing. Yeah, we was playing Green Bay, and we was in the huddle, and he was literally, because I used to be like subbed in just to do deep routes and deep balls, stuff like that, and because I wasn't starting that year, my rookie year, and every time I go in, Mike would be like, "Hey," he'd call the play, he'd be like, "Hey, Rod, I'm coming to you," so I'm knowing that the ball is coming. You know what I'm saying? So. That's how I caught my first pass. So in Green Bay, he was like, "Hey, Rod, we break the huddle." He's like, "Hey, 8-4, I'm coming to you." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I win, boom, boom, boom. I get on top of my guy, and I look up in the ball right there, and I just snatched it off the top of his head. And that was my first touchdown.
Were you in the end zone or did you?
Oh, no, I was already in the end zone. It was like a 35-yard fade route.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. You remember who he was over?
No, I don't.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. But that was my first. That was
what was going on through your head?
Probably my first cheer.
Like, did you keep the ball?
Oh, yeah. That going home with me. Man, I got like 100 balls at my house. Like game balls and touchdown balls and stuff like that. So,
Man,
I kept them all.
Speaking of first time, like, Cat, did you see when Caleb Williams threw the touchdown to, what's the receiver? The receiver, and Duze out of Washington.